So my hypothesis is...
Hey, it's Ryan from the Carb Situation. Remember, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a trainer. I'm just a human guinea pig who likes to read a lot and willing to experiment. If you go on the journey with me, maybe you'll learn what I learned. Oh yeah, and I curse a lot. Let's do this.
Hey, it's time for another weekly check-in. Today is June 30th, 2019. That means it's the end of week 15 of the Carb Situation Project. And I had some great results this week. I can't wait to talk to you about them. So last week I talked about running an experiment where I chose intermittent fasting for a week and then the several small meals throughout the day methodology and see which one worked best. But since then, I have done sort of a thought experiment that I want to go through. But first, let's get to results. So last week I came in at 210.8 pounds. And this week I come in at 207.8 pounds. So I lost right at 3 pounds this week. And last week my body fat percentage was 27.9%. Whereas this week I came in at 27.3%. So I lost 0.6% in body fat this week, which means I lost a little more weight that wasn't fat, so I probably sacrificed a little bit of muscle, but that's all right, it happens occasionally. All in all, I would definitely call it a successful week, and I'm glad that I shortened my eating window from about 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's my belief that if you're watching caloric intake specifically, then I think it would be much easier to divide your daily calories into 6 small meals and put them in Tupperware and just eat every 2 hours, however you do it. But on the keto type diet or a low carb diet, we usually say, as long as you're eating low carb, just eat until you're full. So my hypothesis is, since leptin doesn't always work optimally, and that's the chemical that tells our brain that we're full, it's usually kind of lagging a little bit. So I believe that if you eat in a shorter window and you eat 2 or 3 times in a day until you're full, then you're going to eat a certain amount of calories that is probably healthy for weight loss and what you need for your BMR. However, if you eat until you're full 6 or 8 times a day, I believe you would be packing on, at least in my case, plenty more calories than your BMR and exercise are going to make up for. And here we really are into an excess calorie problem, where if I eat until I'm full every 2 or 3 hours, I'm going to eat way too much food. Even if it is low carb, once I've burned through all the energy that I possibly can, it's going to have to get stored as fat. So to keep my calories at least somewhat in check, I don't believe that the many small meals model would work very well with a keto low carb type diet, where you are encouraged to just eat until you're full and not worry about calories. So I hope all that made sense. I'm actually not going to attempt the small meals because the way I travel and do my thing, I don't want to partition a whole bunch of little meals like cutting steaks in half and then having to reheat cooked steaks and all. I just don't think that model works very well with the keto diet. I am, however, going to go ahead and try to keep my eating window in around an 8-hour period. And if I have to stretch that by a couple hours every once in a while, I'm not going to fret it. I don't think it makes that big of a difference. I hope that information was useful for you, and I hope to have another successful week this upcoming week. I figure if I can get down to about 195 pounds, that'll be pretty close to where I started, and that would probably be the end of the project. That is about 12 pounds away. So at 3 pounds a week, we're talking about 4 weeks. I expect to end the Carb Situation Project at the end of July, back to where I began. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Hey, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube and check out my website. I have eat, no eat lists. I have the 2-week carb challenge. I have all of my resources for what I use to keep myself healthy and lose weight, and it's all free, and I have nothing to sell. So check all that out. I hope you get some good value out of the videos that are coming up this week. Have some great ones, and until next time, cheers.